The new realme C30s is a unique device as we're going to see in this review. The unit we have has 4GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage, a single 8MP camera at the back, and a single 5MP camera at the front. The price, 13,700 shillings. When Realme first sent the press release, it was the price point that stood out for me. Getting a device with that amount of RAM and storage at this price point is sort of weird, because some companies sell the same sort of RAM and storage at quite higher price points. So how is Realme able to do this, and how is the device in general? Well, let's break it down in order to properly discuss all aspects of the phone. We'll be looking at the design, the display, the battery, the cameras, and the software and performance. The phone has a 6.5-inch HD display. At the top, there's the teardrop notch housing the front camera. The bottom bezel looks quite thick, but the side bezels aren't. It's a good display for the price point. It's color accurate and feels smooth and responsive. However, I've noticed that while outdoors, the brightness is quite dim, affecting use. Even indoors, sometimes you'll constantly have to push brightness to just below full for good viewing. If you're looking to watch content on the display, it will be good for media consumption. The only thing I wish they included was dual speakers at the top and at the bottom. There's only one bottom speaker which I feel you can easily block when holding the device. You will agree with me that the design is the best aspect of this device. Budget phones need that appeal of being good looking, and Realme nailed it here. I like the flat back design. I like the fact that they embraced that single camera design with no need for an extra AI or 2MP lens that no one will ever use. It's a plastic finish with ridges at the back. At the top, the device is clean with the power and the volume buttons on one side. The power button also doubles up as the fingerprint scanner. The other side has the SIM tray, while the bottom has the micro USB port, the headphone jack, the speaker, and a microphone. Nowadays, almost every manufacturer has a 5000 mAh cell on their device. That's the same case here with one little caveat. It uses micro USB and not Type-C. You'll take about 2 hours to charge it from 0 to 100 thanks to the slow speeds. Normal usage, you'll see you getting about a day of use. However, I've noticed that the battery can quickly drain when you connect to 4G or Wi-Fi, and I hope these are initial setup issues and not the norm. If this is the norm, I would wish to see Realme send out an update to solve it. Like most devices in this budget category, the issue cameras have isn't that they are not good lenses, it is that the phone doesn't have similar processing power as with higher-end devices to work on making the photos from the lens as good and as sharp as possible. So yeah, in good lighting conditions, photos will be clear, but you'll notice some color accuracy issues and sharpening issues. Photos will sometimes take a while to process, even selfies, and I think all this is because of the processor. After unboxing the device is when I realized something I did not expect. This phone runs Android 12 Go edition. Android Go I thought was meant only for devices with 2GB of RAM or less. Here we have 4GB of RAM. Well, there's a 2GB of RAM model version for this phone, so perhaps that's why Realme went with Android Go even for the 4GB RAM version. Also, the Unisoc budget processor used here is built on a 28nm process and it's quite dated from 2018. While Android Go is a little different here and there from the full Android experience, you'll still be able to install all the apps you need from the Google Play Store. You'll also still be able to receive software updates that improve your overall experience. Performance-wise, I would suggest you get the 4GB RAM model only. It will stutter here and there sometimes, and that's to be expected, but it will still offer you a decent smartphone experience. That will cover social media use and stuff like YouTube quite well. Here's how I believe Realme approached the C30s. Give it good RAM and decent storage as prices for those components has gone down over the past few years. Then, use a slightly dated processor since newer ones are quite expensive. Then, run Android Go to try and give a decent user experience. Then, price the device competitively to cater for the segment that has been quite ignored over the past few years. Let me know what you think of the device based on this review. Would you get it?